Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Stellaris. In our Roma Galactica series, we have just colonized the Jupiter habitat, and we have sent a colony ship, or we're building a colony ship for the Sirius habitat. All right, so the Apothians have had a societal shift. We are working on manipulating a few nearby populations. We're also working, how are those terraforming projects going? We have room for an additional core system, but we are waiting for some terraforming projects in the Aesir system. We have a Gaia world, here that's still a good ways off, and then here we have a continental world that's going to be a lot closer. It's a shame that the Gaia world is taking as long as it does. There is a perk that we could get that will speed that process up, but unfortunately we have these guys over here, so we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. So you want terraforming gases? Tell you what, yeah, if you're gonna give me that much, I'll let you do it. Also, let's go ahead, let's keep the game running as much as we can. Yep, let us continue. The spice must flow. Mars is ready for its... Okay, so we are infiltrating Cranodeth, which is a particular society that we have been keeping an eye on since the beginning of the game, and we have decided that they are ready to be infiltrated and brought into the Roman Star Empire covertly, so we don't have to conquer them. Again, I'm trying not to waste my resources given how everything has been going. Classis Missinensis has already upgraded, I think. Also, Missinensis probably... I think I can go ahead and purchase the last cruisers to fill out this fleet. So, Missinensis has... looks like... Okay, here's the cruisers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they need one more Hadrian class. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 more Trajan, 1 more Hadrian at Earth. They're expensive. Holy crap. All right. So 2 more Trajan at Earth. Trajan-class cruisers. Our ships have been holding their own quite well. Also, we have a science ship that is bravely navigating through...
Colonization in progress.
Nice. Okay, so Gaspar Alvarez, who is the leader of Classis Ravenus, can now reduce his operating costs. He's an old general, so we're not going to have that benefit for long, but that's still a good thing. I think we need... was it more Trajan class for this one? Yeah, it's more Trajan class. 2 more Trajan at Earth. Yeah, let's donate. Let's get the extra influence. We need to establish a bunch of new colonies this episode, most likely. Alright, so pretty soon we're going to be able to purchase one of the cruisers that we need. Queue it up for construction. Actually, you know what? We can do it now. There's no reason to wait. I confess, I have been bad about this series. Like, I don't know why. I've played plenty of Stellaris, but playing this series in particular, I have struggled to always like kind of remember, hey, dude, you can buy minerals. you can trade minerals, you know? So anyway, let's also make sure that we're still getting our research bonus. Nope, we're not. We can't purchase... Oh yeah, that's right. We were going to purchase it before. All right, good to know. So we've got to work on that as well. Got to get up to 5,000 minerals, which we can do. Actually, we can get a little bit closer right now. Our new colonies are doing quite well. Okay, so we've had a couple of setbacks on Cranodeth. Had a couple of rogue agents and other annoying things that pop up usually when you're trying to infiltrate a planet. Let's see, yeah, I want the biolab here. Alright, so we have a new pop on our... Yeah, see, this probably just needs to be a laboratory complex, but also there's the added benefit of doing a solar power processor. Let's go ahead and do a laboratory complex. It'll thank us one day. Good. We're going to see that message a lot now that we're infiltrating multiple colonies at once. Okay, so this is the Sirius habitat that is now being colonized, so we need to do the same thing. Let's go for Leisure District first, followed by a Symbol of Unity. We want to do as much as we can to get as much unity as possible out of these. We're 9 months away from another perk. Nice. Or from another tradition. Oh, great. So this is probably our rogue agent. Any attempt to track this transmission is futile. You know me as Operative X34. Until recently, I was a willing participant in the criminal covert infiltration program taking place as we speak on Cranadeth. No longer, I have come to appreciate Sejathari culture in a way I never imagined possible, and I will not aid in its subversion. I rescind my citizenship in the Roman Star Empire. I no longer consider myself human. You are not well. You need help. We will hunt you down. I am sure you will try. Know that I am prepared to kill to protect myself and my beloved, and I was trained by some of the finest martial artists or martial instructors on Earth. Heed my advice instead. Leave Cranadeth alone, dismantle your observation post, and forge your evil Star Empire out of the blood and tears of some other unfortunate species. Wow. All right, so... Oh, wow, he's already been spotted. Nice. So we can remove him.
Situation log
We just need a military ship in orbit. I can probably send Classis Missinensis, in fact. Tell you what, let's just send the 3rd Strike Force instead. They don't have to travel that far, and that'll be done. That was fast. I'm not used to it turning around that quickly. Okay, nice. So we will have, I think a silo will be great here to increase mineral output on Mars. So we're going to do that as soon as we have the opportunity. We're almost back up to the point where we can buy our research bonus. Matter of fact, I think we can now. Trade for minerals. Perfect. All right. Communicate. Aid us in our research. Oh, son of a... It's an energy purchase. Why did I think it was minerals? All right, so we actually have to transfer it the other way. Which I kind of don't want to do. Now that I have 5,000, I kind of want to start another habitat first. So let's do that. Maybe that's what it was. I was thinking in terms of 5,000 minerals because of habitats. And it's not habitats, it's... Okay, so we have one building in Alpha Centauri already. Let's go ahead and build one in Barnard Star. So we have queue up a habitat here. Yeah, let's put it here. All right, so we've got to build up energy credits in order to get that energy to get the freaking research bonus. That's fine. I was thinking in terms of the 5,000 mineral cost for new habitats because I need to build tons of those quickly. And in case you're wondering, no, I am not going to like specialize them and do like one habitat that's built for like one type of building, like have one that's just like pure research and one that's like pure energy. That's a little bit too reductive of a gameplay style, in my opinion. I'm not saying you shouldn't play that way. I'm just... Okay, so hang on. I'll get back to that thought. The captain of the RSS Mischief has reported a successful fire mission with several confirmed hits on the primary target. Although no body has been recovered, no living thing within the city block that was targeted could have survived the firepower unleashed upon it. The media appears to be picking up on the story our infiltration cells have been feeding them. A sudden meteor shower that struck a densely populated urban zone. Very tragic. Very tragic indeed. All right, now I have in the past had... I have to say, I have in the past had this come up where he survives that. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, I'm not saying that as a playstyle it's bad. I just don't enjoy it. I don't like the idea of like, whether it's a planet or a habitat. I don't like the idea of like doing one thing across an entire planet. I've talked about this before in both Song of the Stars and in this series. So it's not a new thing for those of you who have been watching my Stellaris content for a while. But just to be clear, I will not be doing like really specialized habitats. Okay, so let's go ahead and go for the greater good, because then we'll have access to the utopian dream next. And we're 87 months away from our next policy, but again, we're going to be building up more unity faster. We do also have some more colony worlds on the way. Again, this Gaia world is a good ways off. Yeah, long ways away, but let's see. Food plus 15%, good. We're getting plus 282 per turn now, nice. Now we could research another core sector system, and that would help. We could also improve our Empire leader capacity for the same cost. Let's go ahead and go for a core sector system first, because that will give us the ability to colonize another system in the area. We could colonize Ophioglia, in fact. Okay, unemployment. That means, okay, good. We have some new citizens migrating to this particular location. So let's do a solar power generator here, followed by We don't really need them to be producing food. That's true. But I think astro mining would be a good idea. So let's go ahead and do some additional mining as well. So pretty soon some people will be migrating to this habitat. It's kind of weird when you build a new habitat, like people rush to be on them, and it leaves several slots on your other worlds unworked. It kind of can catch you off guard. It's weird. All right, let's do a laboratory complex there.
Construction complete.
All right, so we are getting to a point where we'll be able to purchase the research bonus again. Let's do a little bit of trading. All right. We need 5,000. Now that I know what currency I need. Oh, nice. Hang on. This probably... I could do an art monument there. We don't have one on this world already. Do I have enough to purchase an art monument? No, it needs 1,000 minerals. We'll tell you what, let's build up those minerals. Because I'm less than a month away from having them. And then I can have an art monument on that spot and produce a little bit more unity. It's a deal. Good. Is it Baltrus Glacius? Yep. Build art monument. Go. Perfect. Alright, so we are about 5 months away. Exactly, in fact, from our next research boost. Alright. Crystal Forge plating does sound tempting. Strikecraft attack speed also sounds good. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for Crystal Forge plating, just to have the option. I don't know that we'll install it on all of our ships, but it might be worth it to kind of play and see what options we have. 15 months away from the enigmatic decoder. Okay, so Cranodeth. Although our operatives on the surface of Cranodeth now number in the thousands, the progress of our operation has been slow. An infiltration cell recently attempted to overthrow the government of one of the planet's major nations in a violent coup, only to have the attempt foiled and most of the cell members killed. Another cell fortunately managed to retrieve their bodies before Sagittari authorities could identify them as aliens, but this is a significant setback. So, that is unfortunate.
Construction complete.
Okay, so it looks like our scientists made it back. Excellent. A massive ground war took place on Lemsa 5 when the Cybrix invaded the planet more than 600,000 years ago. The name of the alien species that fought against them has not survived the passage of time, but they seem to have put up stiff resistance. Broken Cybrix war machines can be found all over the planet, and debris from their invasion fleet still drifts in orbit. Cool.
Situation log updated.
So it's saying there's another research project there. So is this finally going to let us finish the chain now that we've found that? I think it is. I think it's finally going to let us finish. So now that that scientist is in the area, we can get the rest of... Well, it looks like there's not debris in that system anymore, which sucks. The debris might have timed out. Oh, wait, no, it was in another system, wasn't it? It was here. It's actually not going to be around much longer. Tell you what. If you can make it, I doubt you will. See, that science ship was just too far away. Which I kind of was afraid of when I gave the orders, but all my science ships were on that side. Alright, let's go ahead and donate. Also, we can go ahead and get our boost now. Communicate. Can you aid us in our research? We would like to purchase this service. Thank you. Alright. 8 months away from the enigmatic decoder. Energy grid, absolutely. More unity, please. How are our habitats doing? We're still terraforming down here. It's taking forever. Oh, Alpha Centauri habitat's done. So let's go ahead and queue up this colony. Alpha Centauri 2 habitat. Very nice. And I think we're building one in Barnard Star. Yes? Yes, we are. Okay, this guy needs something to do. So we've already got a research station. Solar power generator would be good.
Special project complete.
Okay, so we got an additional Cybrex artifact, and now we're going to get 150 physics research, which probably isn't going to help us this much at this point, but after their initial invasion of Lemsa 5 stalemated due to the unexpected tenacity of the planet's defenders, the Cybrex seem to have withdrawn back into orbit to reconsider their options. Their solution to the problem was to maneuver 2 large asteroids on a collision course with the planet. The impacts destroyed most of the industries and infrastructure the Cybrex had calculated on subverting for their own use, but this was deemed a necessary sacrifice to break the stalemate. An interesting find. Nice. There's some... Nice. We found the Cybrex home system. So yes, we did complete the chain. Finally, this is way late. After intense study of our recovered Cybrex artifacts, scientists on Earth have managed to deduce the exact galactic coordinates of a system the ancient machines referred to as Cybrex Prime, possibly where their civilization retreated after their abortive attempt to exterminate all sentient organic life. We should launch an expedition to this system before someone else beats us to it. Contact the nearest science ship. The Cybrex home system. I bet you guys forgot this even happened. Hopefully it's in our territory. Are you serious? All right, well, that's one more reason to conquer the Tendrakians and the Polysimus. It's in their territory, damn it. So it's always somewhat near you, but if it ends up in another empire's territory, you gotta go get it. Gotta go get it. Upgrade. Also, we can probably go ahead and do some more... Perfect. We had just enough money for it. Still working on getting those all the way up to snuff. And we still have some buildings as well that we need to install in them. Some particular installations. Alright, so we're going to have 3 habitats running pretty soon. We need more. Like... Ideally, with habitats, you just don't stop, because you can build them infinitely. All right, we've got the enigmatic decoder now, which is quite nice. Now let's go ahead and go for the enigmatic... Well, I kind of want the sentient combat AI. Also UV laser, but... Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and go for neutronium, because as much as I want to keep going for those other techs... that extra armor is going to be handy against anyone we have to fight. So let's take a look and see what kind of tech we have access to now. Okay, that's all the latest, right? Okay, good. All right, so I can replace the afterburners with enigmatic decoders. Now this improves chance to hit and tracking. So on some of my ships, I don't want to... I still need to build corvettes, I know that. Let's go ahead. I like the idea of having the shield regenerator on the destroyer. We're going to leave that. Cruisers, though... Oh, wow, check this out. When did this happen? When did cruisers get 2 frickin' afterburners? Oh, this is the Alistor class. Duh. Delete. That's why. Okay, maybe replace the shield capacitor with... You know, the cruisers had trouble surviving, so maybe there's something... Maybe if we put enigmatic encoders on cruisers, maybe that would be good. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold off for now, but on the battleships, I'm going to replace the shield capacitors with decoders. So all of these battleships will have a better chance to hit. And maybe that's not the wisest decision, but we can talk about it in the comments.
Construction complete.
Let's go with that. All right, so yeah, there's the Cybrex home system. I'm going to keep it highlighted just so that we can all remember what goes where. Or what exists where, I guess I should say. And then the Astro Mining, let's do another one there. Sirius Habitat is building another structure as well. So let's go ahead and get some astromining going there.
Construction complete.
Upgrade that. Alright, classes Ravenous can upgrade to the latest ship designs. Alright, so I heard debris analyzed. Does that mean that you got there? You got there, you son of a bitch. Holy crap, got there with seconds to spare. Good for you.
Special project complete.
It's too late for
System survey complete.
a few of these, but yeah.
Special project complete.
Very nice. That's so surprising. I didn't think you were going to do it. Alright, so now that there's some additional orders that are queued up for this one. Is it here? Well, good for you. Holy crap. I was really shocked to see that happen. Alright, unemployment. So yeah, we've got some other migrants that have arrived here. So I think I want to go ahead and build another laboratory complex. Let's keep our research improving as a result of having these built. We have a ton of influence. We probably need to go ahead and establish a few more colonies, so let's do that. Let's see, this Alpine world has been begging for a colony for a while, so let's land... Ooh, that's a lot of influence. But that's fine, there's other worlds near it that'll be easier. Now, let's go ahead and let more of the human Illustrata colonize this. Yeah, that's going to be the best spot. So this is Fujio... And this is a Alpine world. So this is Montem, Fujio Montem. So there's that. And then once that's colonized, we'll colonize these when it's cheaper. Now, we can definitely queue up some additional within territory colonies. So hang on. I'm going to look first of all for worlds that are... Yeah, see, here's an ocean world. Okay, there's that. There's an Arctic world there. Arid world. We can probably colonize that, which is humans. So this has a weak magnetic field, but it's still 40% habitable to us. Very nice. So let's go ahead and... there's not a good spot. Not a fan of this. I guess that would be the best spot. Let's do Ishnor. This is an arid world, so Ishnor Aridus. Still have some influence, and I want to kind of spend it, to tell you the truth. Arctic world. Swur. Let's give this to, Oh yeah, right there. This is going to be Swur. Is it Glacius? Is it CIS? Yes, it is. Good. There we go. And we still have more. There's Holdabana. That's an Alpine world. There's another world in Lemsa, Alpine world. That's in Cisalpina. That's in the territory we've taken. I think I want to go ahead and colonize this world here. Because apparently these guys aren't going to be that bothered by it. Because they're a fallen empire, but they're friendly towards us. So let's go ahead and do that too. Barnard Continentum, you're going to send... Barnard Continentum, there we go. You're going to send some guys. Looks like... Yeah, that's going to be a good spot. So this is going to be a tundra world. So this is Prune, Pulcor Prune. And that will be done soonish. And then we have the Savannah world. Savannah, or that's Savannah Arctic. Desert world, 85%. This is definitely worth looking at. Colonize. Sirius Continentum. Right there. And this is Ignis. Any others? Arid world here. Okay, so Cranadeth is still trying to... Okay, looks like we found a... Alright, so we're already researching it. Good. Nope, no star charts. Unemployment. Let's... And again, the reason I'm refusing star charts is I need to be able to explore my own space, my own systems. All right, so let's go ahead and do... decisions. I like the idea of having more energy income, but I also like the idea of having more research. Let's go for research. Alpha Centauri colonization is still underway. There's definitely more planets that I can colonize. Here's a desert world called Detheris that I need. I'll tell you what, I'll leave all those because I still want to save up, you know, influence to colonize these when it's time. So rather than spend it all right now. All right, so here we go. Graveyard Expedition. This is what I was checking the log for a second ago. So this has an Arctic world in it. I need to look around and see what else needs to be built here. Like that mining station, that. I felt like I queued these up already, the ones that I'm clicking on now, but I find myself visiting them yet again. Yeah, see that satramine gas. I remember pointing to that going, hey, look, satramine. I remember that from like 3 episodes ago. I don't know what the deal is. How the Unbidden doing? Ooh, hello. So the Kingdom of Yonderim is having some trouble. I wonder how much they're at war with. Hang on, can I see information on that? No, there's not information on the Unbidden's diplomatic relations. They don't have diplomatic relations. They're the Unbidden. They just destroy things. Kind of wish you could see more, though, like who is actively fighting them, like if there was a way to find that out. And if there is, let me know, but I don't know of one. All right, so let's go ahead and go for Leisure District. This is our new Sirius Prime, or Alpha Centauri 2 colony. So there's that. Sirius Prime has already been building. Jupiter habitat will likely have more migrants quite soon. Also, this is the habitat in Barnard Star, so it's 70% done. Right, we've got a lot of energy. Hang on, let's see if there's anything we need to do. As far as our trading situation, I think we're good. Yep. We could organize a festival across our worlds again. Oh, we couldn't. We don't quite have enough influence for it right now. So noted. Classis Ravenus and Classis Missinensis have been fully rebuilt.
Research complete.
Oh, nice.
Special project complete.
All right, so we're also getting some engineering research from this. Let's see. It's probably not going to help us that much at this point, but... Oh, actually, we don't have an engineering project going, so we couldn't see how much it helped us, but... All right, so now we finished crystal infused, or crystal armored, whatever the hell it's called. What is it? Crystal forged plating, yeah, that. Building build speed, plus 10%. Android armies. Tempting. Synthetics. But we've already got one endgame problem. I'm not going to tempt it by going with another. I'm not thrilled with any of these options. I guess I'll go for strikecraft damage plus 10%. Just anything we can do to upgrade the damage dealing capacity of all of our
Ships upgraded.
vessels and our various just fleets and forces. Granted, that's only going to help our forces with fighters, but still, the general focus, I mean, is okay. Good, we've got that colony started. The general focus is going to be on improving attack power. Okay, so non-aggression pact? Sure. I wonder why you're asking for that. Unbidden, maybe? All right, so this is... what sector is this? I don't remember what sector this is. It's been a while. Is this Magna Graecia? It is Magna Graecia. Holy crap. All right, well, let's give all this to Magna Graecia. Why not? Also, let's make sure that our sectors have governors. They do. Excellent. I just realized one thing I haven't done yet. Hang on, let's look at our... Before I end this episode, there's one more thing that I think I do want to get started, especially since we have the Unbidden coming. Traditions. I've got Voidborn, Border Range, One Vision, Technological Ascendancy, and Galactic Wonders. Wasn't there one that I was going for? Yeah, Engineered Evolution. That's one that that's the one I was waiting for before I modified the human species. So yeah, we're going to keep waiting for that. So we're going to do our gene modification ascension path, but we're not going to do it right away. We might do it during the portion of the series, you know, like episodes 41 to 60. We might pursue that route. Or that not saying I'm going to do that deliberately, but that might just be when it ends up happening. Oh, hang on. Yep, we got more migrants to the Sirius 1 habitat. Yeah, let's do a little bit more astro mining, and then... So this is a new population, a new pop that's growing, and then we have this one coming into place. So... Laboratory complex? Yeah. Can't resist. More research. It's a beautiful thing. 2 months away from access to neutronium ore, which we have so much territory, I would be shocked if we didn't already have this from somewhere. I would really be surprised. Okay, we would like to donate. All right, let's get that influence, because we're going to need it for some of the new colonies we need to establish. Also, I think I want to take on the Dimensional Horror. I think it's time. I think I'll do that in the next episode. So... let's go ahead and research the enigmatic encoder. Is there anything worth getting first? Planet sensor range plus 10% is nice, but let's go for the encoder because we do have some ships we want to build that on. But I think... See, I'm just nervous about taking on the Dimensional Horror because... Maybe... Hang on. Hang on. Hold that thought. So now we have a little bit more in terms of minerals. You know what we can do with that? Classis Missinensis is around Earth. Where are our... Let's remind ourselves where we built our Corvette assembly yards. Alright, so Baltris Continentum. Classis Missinensis. Again, is around Earth, and they do not have a Corvette building yard. Cor Oceanum, however, does. So you go there. Our energy income is going to drop for a bit because these ships are on the way, but we're going to build up our Corvette screens before we attack the Dimensional Horror. We're going to build our torpedo Corvettes for the first time. We're going to have fully formed fleets with all classes of ships in the next episode. That's going to be fun. Now, let's make sure we've got everything done here. Yeah, I think Mars is shaping up pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and build the silo here just so I don't like somehow forget it later on. But that'll be really handy to have there because it'll boost mineral output from Mars like nobody's business. All right, Alpha Centauri 2 habitat. Yep, laboratory complex. Excellent. And on that note, we are 34 minutes into this episode. I will go ahead and cut this one here. And in the next one, okay, good. Fujo Montem is being colonized. In the next one, we are going to continue to colonize this area. Also, it looks like there's a bunch of colonizable planets here, as well as threats that we need to deal with. So yeah, we're going to build up those Corvettes. We're going to take care of the Dimensional Horror and get whatever benefit we can from that, because we're probably going to need it against the Unbidden. And then we're going to continue colonizing and building habitats, and maybe, just maybe, working towards our first megastructure before we round out these first 40 episodes of Roma Galactica. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.